Hey guys, welcome to your August collective reading. I have noticed that if when I work in the individual readings, guys, I'm not getting the hits on those that I would expect to get. So I'm just going to do you a collective reading. I have noticed very much so that a lot of you are quite interested in my interpretation as far as politics and the astrology as we're moving through these really difficult times. So that is actually something that I'm going to be concentrating on the YouTube. I'm working with the Tarot of the White Cats today. I'm a massive cat fan, so I thought it would be really good, given that we have some good sunshine today. And the images on these cards, you're going to be able to see lovely bright illustration. Okay. So, Tower of the White Cats, come on guys, what do we have? Okay, I'm going to give it a quick cut here and take 16 off the top. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's it folks, so let's have a look and see what's cooking now. Okay, goes the cane. Alright. I'm working from the bottom because of course they came out first. Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright. This Seven of Swords energy, interestingly enough, I use this terminology when I work with it. You know, this is a thief in the night. Okay, now this sword energy, of course, is mercurial energy, so that's Virgo, 6th house, 3rd house Gemini. Alright, so as far as you personally concerned, some of you may be thinking, you know, if I trust this situation again, this person, this employee, this employer, anything like that, are they going to come in and nickel my swords and leave me defenceless? This is very much what this is about. So it's really a case of, you know, what's going on here. Okay. Wow. There is an offer of love, guys. So this actually could be literally some of you guys out there thinking, hang on, do I trust this situation again to come back into my life? Okay. With this offer, you know, with this wonderful sort of proposition that I'm being given here, do I actually trust that, or is this situation going to happen to me again? So very interesting. You bring the Magician. This is Scorpio energy, guys. Okay, the Magician can indeed be the trickster, all right, but also can talk about alchemy, where we can in fact turn that water into wine. I use these terminologies a lot. You'll get used to my terminology. All right. But again, we have this need to stay in a space where we have to think carefully now. All right. This is about discrimination as well. So again, this 5 energy, it's a pivotal energy, guys. I've spoken to you about this many, many times before. So if we have got decisions to make, all right, and the proposition or the offer at the end of the day looks great and very beneficial, and yes, we can indeed benefit from whatever is being offered here, but we have to take things slowly. This 5 energy is asking us to take it easy, take it slowly. Guys, I'm going to have to put the aircon on. Sorry, it's extremely hot today, so I'm just going to pop the aircon on, and I apologise if there's any noise coming from there. Wow. The Emperor. This indeed, again, can be self-business. It can be self-business, but it is about self-reliance, me, self-I. Can also talk about older connections, more mature, all right, coming forward. Emperor energy, of course, is Aries energy, so there is a need for you to acknowledge that as well, that, you know what, are you okay on your own? Do you actually need this other offer? You know, is this employment, you know, is it too good to be true, although could be certainly beneficial and fruitful? but we have to think carefully. All right, so here it is. Being self-reliant, which is also very, very important. I set the chart today on the 1st of August, London, and as I'm looking at my chart, we have got Moon in Taurus on the 1st of August. All right, Taurus is about hedonism, yeah, Taurus is about bank balances, it's all about that. But that Taurus energy is sharing a little bit of the 7th house, and the 7th house, of course, is Venus. And Venus, of course, can be about love. But interestingly enough, because Mars has made a shift into Virgo now, discrimination, Mars energy, Aries with this Emperor, and it is very closely aligned with Venus also in Virgo, in that 10th house, okay, of security, yeah, that 10th house of career, yeah, so it could link with that, but the 10th house energy as well is also about a degree of restriction, which we know this, and of course we have Saturn that rules that 10th house in Aquarius still in the 3rd house, and because we've got these sword energies here, 3rd house energy, of course, is sword energy, it's a mental energy, alright, so there's a need to be careful. Anyone that's considering self-business, I would say that this Fool energy is particularly positive for you, right? Wow. And again, we bring this energy of temperance. Now, this is a Sagittarius energy, all right? So, Sag energy, guys, a need to be patient, a need to be temperate in the mind, okay? And ultimately, wow, recognise that we also have other choices. So there are other things on the table, guys. This is not just about the one offer. So this is telling me there are several things, but the energy of this 7 of Cup card is illusion, delusion. We have to discriminate with this Virgo energy that we've got going on in the 10th house, how that's going to affect our security, particularly when we've got this Taurus moon, and of course Uranus in Taurus. Taurus, it is about money, it is about bank balances, it's about survival, yeah, it's about honing survival skills as well as our work skills, right? Or now recognizing what could we actually do with this Emperor energy. Could we do something for ourselves, right? Do we want to accept an offer here, or do we want to think about that, right? Possibility of going into the self here as well, I think. But this Fool energy, all right, here it is. Yes, there is an element of risk with the Fool energy. Fool energy, at the end of the day, hold your nose, jump, go on this journey, go on this great adventure, okay? The adventure, but here we've got temperance, so it's asking us to think carefully about what we want to do. Very important, because we can be conned, we can be, if you like, duped a little bit. So if you are actually thinking about allowing someone else back into your life, if you're thinking about restructuring your life, you know, for whatever reason, at the end of the day, employment, I think, is going to feature quite strongly here, as well as love, guys. Wow. Queen of Chalices, again, love it. Okay, Queen of Cups, guys. Watery energy, the watery energy of the moon energy. It's water, okay? And God knows we've had plenty of that. And I think there's going to be a lot more coming, okay? But the energy of this empathic queen, okay, because we've got these offers here, particularly with this one here, this Knave of Chalice, for me, this is saying we do need to be especially careful with our emotion, how we express it, and God knows I've been expressing mine recently on my Facebook page if you haven't been checking that out, but a lot of that's to do with the fact that we have got Pluto in Capricorn on the cusp of the third house, and we've also got Saturn in Aquarius in the third house, which is naturally Gemini, guys. And you know, I do have Venus in Gemini, and I'm feeling very passionate about my what's going on in the world. So yeah, and I also have Uranus in Leo on the cusp of that third house in my own natural chart, and I also have that conjunct Lucifer there as well. Lucifer is often conjunct, by the way, planets, but it is very interesting. So yeah, I've had a bit of bee in my bonnet, guys, recently. So we've all been feeling this energy. There is need for change with this fresh avenue, okay? But there is a need to be temperate in our choices, to avoid disappointment, to avoid disillusionment, to avoid betrayals even, okay? So it's really important. Wow. The King of Swords, wonderful. I see the Sword King always as an advisor. Now this could be legal, guys. It could be something that we're moving towards on a legal level. It could be medical, certainly, given the pandemic and everything that's going on. But it can also be your need to maybe take advice from someone who may be able to help you make that decision, all right? I feel with this King of Swords that there is always sound advice with this energy. You know, this is a knowledgeable king, okay? And he is a king, all right? So there is maturity in his, you know, his advice to you, all right? So this is established, okay? Wow. Again, feeling burdened, but I say the back is not broken, right? It's just bent, so a lot of us have been dealing with that. Wow. And again, you bring me a card of destiny. The wheel, guys, okay? The wheel. The wheel keeps turning, and it will. So whatever decisions we're having to make at this time, I've got to tell you, take your time. Wow. Wow, we've got quite a lot coming out here. Already on the table, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 majors. Is that correct? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 majors, guys. 7 majors on the table today. And again, I'm sorry, some of us can be really burdened again around health. We're tired. Psychological energies as well here. So again, this Sword King could be someone who can help us if we have got mental health problems. It can be the doctor, it can be the lawyer, it can be the shaman, it can be all of that, the accountants, all of it, all right? So take some advice if you're thinking about jumping towards something. Also, if you feel that you've been duped in some way, right? If you feel that someone hasn't been altogether honest with you, or they've sold you a bad deal, then maybe this is a good time to look at that. Wow. And again, the Queen of Pentacles, guys. Okay? So this Pentacle Queen, I need to be methodical. I need to be slow in decision. I need to stay firm with your viewpoint, certainly. Whatever it is that we're dealing with here, we've got to remember that we're living in such uncertain times at this time. It is difficult for us to manage, you know, and stay sane and stay balanced and stay on that even keel. And so it's very understandable that some of us would certainly go towards a support system, all right? But we have to be careful that the support system is a bona fide support system, guys, all right? And that we're not going to get fooled again. And again, I can hear that who trap coming through. We won't get fooled again. So whoever this is referring to, bearing in mind it is a collective reading, guys, so we can apply it. There can be blanket application here with it, So if it is work, that certainly could be telling me that you know, there is offers, but you may well be debating as to whether or not you want to take it or you don't want to take it. Right, so there's quite a lot going on. Can be a lover. Do I take this back or don't I take it back? Do I actually go back into work? Do I want to go back into that same old job? Do I want to make changes? Do I want to work on my own independently here? Am I willing to take the risk? All right. But again, there's a need for recognising that all that glitters isn't gold, and the magician energy, yeah, in this instance, it can be made more attractive, but it is alchemy, all right? We can shapeshift, we can mutate into a new role if we want to do it. So the energies in the chart today as well, we have Neptune in Pisces, guys, spoke about this, retrograde in the 4th house, okay? And again, 4th house, family, spoke about this, Cancer energy, you know, it is in the 4th house as well. So again, it can be difficult. There can be an inability, right, just an inability to see the way forward with this Pisces energy. Don't forget Neptune in Pisces in that 4th. So this is my interpretation. It is quite difficult, but at the end of the day, we can work it through. We can sort it out. Okay, let's have a little look at this. I just want to go backwards a little bit, guys, and see what we've got here. Okay. Again, 7. It's swords. It's the mind. It's the thinking. This 7. Oh, if I take on this situation, possibly self-employment, or this offer coming in here, is that going to be the right thing for me? Okay. Am I going to be just set back again, or is there progression in my decision? Okay. Now, with this energy of the magician here as well, we need to be careful, although he is upright in the reading. Again, I am an intuitive, and what I'm seeing here is really important that we stay grounded here, particularly with all this emotional water, okay? 4th house is Cancer energy. We've got Neptune in Pisces, guys. We've also got Jupiter now made its way retrograde into Aquarius, so that can amplify feelings, certainly, in that 4th house. It can amplify empathic feelings, guys. Okay, oh yes, wouldn't that be great? Oh yeah, that's going to be great. So it's very important that we recognise that things can be hard work going ahead, all right? It can be difficult, okay? If this is a relationship issue, if it's the relationship with your job, with your kids, whatever this is telling me, yeah, there's a lot more hard work ahead, but I certainly feel that destiny is working in your favour. If you want to give it a go, your personal choice, you give it a go. The sun energy is good, but we have the energy, this is power, all right, with the tower, but it is a Mars energy, okay? And we do have Mars in Virgo in the 10th house today on the 1st of August, London chart. So, Virgo, Mars, health, physicality, Virgo, discrimination around that. Mars, of course, yeah, we want to get out. It is about the body, okay? But I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this could be a legal advisor, all right, with this king here. It can be medical, it can be a lawyer, it can be an accountant, all right? But whatever it is, it comes forward in an advisory fashion. Even if you have got a very, very well-grounded close friend who can advise you as to what you should do, then take that information on, take it on, but think about it, okay? It's important that you think carefully about it, and you make your own decisions, okay? So, Very interesting. We've also got, of course, we've still got the North Node in Gemini, and that's happening in the 7th house, so we've got quite a lot of energy in the 7th house, with Uranus particularly in Taurus in that 7th house. Taurus is, of course, the 7th house, in as much as it's ruled by Venus as well as Libra, 7th house naturally, so yeah. And it is actually making a strong opposition to Scorpio rising on the 1st of August in this chart. So yeah, we need to be careful. Again, Scorpio, it's about control, and I'm not going to go all political on you now. It can be what I spoke about when I talked to you about, do you want to return to a situation or a relationship simply because there is a degree of fear, particularly with the Pluto energy in the 3rd house and in Capricorn, guys, because, you know, that 3rd house, again, it's like the mind, it's like, you know, things going through your mind, intrusive thoughts. So Scorpio is Pluto, and we've got Scorpio in the ascendant, guys, okay? So, you know, I've spoken to you about Capricorn and that 10th house energy, and because we've got Virgo up there, Virgo can be a little bit scaredy cat, great deck to work with, a little bit scaredy cat, guys, a little bit, you know, you know, we all want to look for perfection, right? But we have got Mars in Virgo square our South Node in Sagittarius, all right, so the South Node, right, and South Node in Sag, right, Sagittarius, of course, is truth, it is a Jupiter energy, so we do need to be a little bit careful, guys, because we've got the ruler, you know, of Sag, Jupiter, in Aquarius, just moved into Aquarius retrograde into the 4th house. So do we do what we've always done, or do we make changes? Do we go back to something, right? Because we see it has potential, it's offered, but it has potential, but there has been an element of where we've been let down in some way, or we may have been betrayed in some way, or we're less trusting of a situation. So it is important that we, all of us, think carefully about that. So I'm going to move on a little bit here and talk about these 3. These are what I call my verification cards, as you know, and I'm working with, I thought, bearing in mind we've got an awful lot of water in the air, so I thought, well, why not work with the Titanic deck but just use the majors. They're actually a superb deck, but frankly they could have been slightly lighter. And because they're so shiny and they're not a matte card, I can't put a light on them to actually use them on camera, guys, so that's sad. I can use them for my clients that I'm working with, but I can't use them on camera, so the reflection's too intense. So let's have a look at these. Nice and crispy and new. Okay. 1. The Empress, great. 2, the Lovers, wow. And I'm going to go for this one, guys, it's calling me. Wow. Death energy, Scorpio, okay. Very interesting. The Emperor, we have here, then we have the Empress, okay. So again, this is Mother energy, the Empress. She embodies all the traits of all the 4 queens. Mature woman, empathic, all of those things, but again can talk to me about self-employment, okay? But the Empress, the protector, right? And if we're talking about the Great Mother, right, makes a change from the Great Father, doesn't it? It's giving us a hard time at the minute, so I think on a societal level as well, maybe we're trying to sort of protect a little bit more and thinking outside the box a little bit more, which has got to be a good thing. Lover's energy. I said to you, thinking outside the box, Lover's energy is Gemini, and Lover's energy is about agreements, okay, The Lovers, yes, it can mean that, but in this instance I'm taking it as it is. It's about agreements on all levels, okay, but in a very self-protective way, guys, very important, okay. And the last card is Death. So this is the ending and the beginning. Again, we spoke about this, that we could have ended something, and now we've got an opportunity to begin that again, regenerate that, okay. But there is this need to use this Scorpio energy. Do your homework, right? Be a little bit more probing, be a little more suspicious, although some people will say, oh, that's not a very spiritual thing to say. We're human beings, of course we're suspicious, okay? So it is important sometimes to look more closely, to examine more closely, put things under a microscope if it's contractual, for instance, you know, if you're not sure about the small print in a situation. But I want to apply that to relationships as well, guys. So if you're not sure, double check. And this is what this reading is telling me today. Okay. Hope you're alright, guys. Do please checking in to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate when you do. And I'm loving the fact that so many of you viewed my 24th of July full moon in Aquarius. I am actually writing for the 22nd of August, full moon in Aquarius again. Also still going to be in the 8th house, guys, so that's going to be an interesting one. So we're going to check that out and see what's coming from that. So take it easy, guys. I hope this has helped you. You know, we have this old Yorkshire saying, I do use it even with my American clients, if in doubt, do nout. And if you're not sure right at this time, just give yourself a little time here, all right? Let the pendulum stop swinging, still the monkey mind, and think about it again.